We'll be like, Mortgage Monday. But like when the camera starts rolling.
So is it on right now?
I can't say.
I think so.
Is that what that says? Oh yeah. Hey, look.
It says 9
Ready?
seconds.
So I should just do the clap thing and then.
So we're like 12 seconds. Do we have like an intro or anything like that?
Yeah. Well, I did have an intro,
I
but
thought
then
you had like some type of music or something.
it was there. It just wasn't right. So let's just reverse. Ready? Man, that's the start of Mortgage Monday 2019 with my boy, my homie, and my special guest, Mark Hansen.
Thanks, Chris.
What's up, brother?
What's up?
Hey, man, it's good to have you here, you know?
It's good to be here.
I feel like you're here in like a different context today. It's crazy.
Well, it kind of feels weird being here, like not really talking about mortgages.
Right? It's like we're on the same side, but different.
It is.
Isn't that weird?
It is kind of weird.
So for those of you that don't know, one of my good friends that I've worked with, over the past 5-6 years, between ING Direct, Capital One, Allied First Bank, GSF, and then, right?
Yeah.
And then now.
It's been a while.
It has been a while.
Yeah.
So for those of you that don't know, this is Mark Hansen, who is a new Delaware realtor. Congratulations on that, by the way.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Do me a favor. Let's dive in for the people out there. Tell me a little bit about your background. I know you come from the mortgage biz, of course, on this side. Talk to me about where your head's at, man. What made you want to get into real estate? Why are you doing what you're doing now?
Well, it's kind of crazy. I've been, people that don't know me, I've been pretty much around real estate my whole life. Growing up, my father was a commercial real estate broker.
Okay.
He was a huge mentor of mine. He did pass away in 2008.
I'm sorry
so
to
I'm
hear
kind of like following, in his footsteps.
Very cool.
And I've always wanted to. So, yeah, when I was younger, he would take me out to, appointments, talk to different, clients of his, go to different buildings, stuff like that. He would actually make a lot of his phone calls primarily in his car.
Okay.
Put it on speakerphone.
So
that way I
hear.
kind of listen to everything and,
Very cool.
kind of get like a better idea of what he does on a day-to-day basis. So, I've always wanted to dabble in real estate, but I took real estate classes first back in 2005.
So you're saying pre-loan officer days.
Pre-loan officer days. I was actually still in the restaurant business.
And then you took some real estate classes. What happened?
Yeah, I took real estate classes, went through all the classes, passed all the classes. I did have a personal family issue come up, so I kind of put that on the back burner.
Okay.
So that was 2005, and then 2006 is when I was actually working at GNC at that time.
Okay.
So I was managing a GNC store in Charlie Square.
I know. Okay.
And,
I know where you're at.
Yeah, and a friend of mine randomly called me up.
Time by time.
Yeah. So a friend of mine randomly called me up and was like, Mark, listen, you have a great personality. A lot of people, talk to you. A lot of people like you. You have a lot of friends. I think you'd be good in sales, right? But more of like the finance aspect of everything. So that's when I started working at ING Direct.
Okay.
So that was
little orange code shout out.
Yeah. So that was
ING Direct.
So that was in October 2006.
Damn, I didn't get there till what, 11? So
Was it 11?
Yeah, you were there for 5 years before.
So you were there then, right before it was bought out.
Yes,
by
I was
Capital
there
One.
the year before it was bought, before Capital One. It was still ING Direct for a year,
Mhm.
and then we had the transition.
Yeah, so pretty much what happened was that when I started back in 2006, I kind of just did like liability sales.
Okay.
Selling like CDs,
CDs,
saves accounts,
business checking and CDs.
business checking accounts.
I love
it. And then I started doing like
What about some
Roth IRAs.
KSAs? You ever mess with some
No,
KSAs?
I didn't really do a lot of the kids' savings accounts. I did a lot of traditional Roth IRAs.
Okay.
And then at that point, the market crashed, 2007, 2008.
Yeah.
And at that point, ING Direct never had a default servicing team. So all their loans that they had were kind of going into default. So I helped with that department, doing everything from short sales, loan modifications, repayment plans, anything so my customers can avoid foreclosure.
And keep that house.
And keep the house. So that was a tough time. The phone calls that I had at that point
Absolutely.
was pretty stressful.
100%.
A lot of people crying on the other end of the phone.
Right.
So, but then from there, I went into it was called the Delaware Asset Team. So that's when I started doing mortgages. It was more of a one and done though, because we were doing, we were talking to the customers, figuring out, what their needs were, what type of mortgage that they were looking for. At that point though, we were just doing ARMs. So it was
Right.
all 5 and 7/1
Right.
adjustable rate mortgages.
Right.
That's all we were doing. Nothing fixed, nothing like that.
I remember when the first fix got to ING Direct.
Yeah.
That was my time period.
So what year? That was
2011.
2011 when
Yeah.
that happened. So so I started off doing the mortgages with them, and then pretty much I've been doing it ever since.
So you've got not just a background in mortgages, you have a background in loan mods, pre-foreclosure, short sales, helping people stay in their houses, and now you're getting into helping people find their dream homes.
Correct.
So your whole life is based around real estate, pretty much.
It pretty much has been.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so it's going to be a hard transition. This year, like I did a video last week or so.
Awesome video, by the way.
Had about almost 1,000 views on that.
Dude, I think today marked 1,000 views. I was checking it. It was like 993 the last time I looked.
Nice.
Good.
So
I was trying to bump it up there.
900 of those views are me.
Well, that's how it starts, you know. All right, let me just watch this one more time just to make sure. All right, we're good. We got another view on there.
But I forget what I had a little brain fart right there.
We're talking about videos, views.
Oh yeah. So my main goal this year is to is really kind of transition over to the real estate side of everything. Having that mortgage background, having that finance background, and really kind of creating the relationships that I've had. I really think that it's going to help me, moving forward, as a real estate agent. But I'm here to really, grow and learn a lot, because I know that in Delaware there's tremendous agents that are out there.
100%.
That are fantastic, that I've been following for quite some time now, and anything that any little pieces of information, any little pieces of knowledge that I can get from them, I think it's really going to help in my career moving forward. So
I think that's big. I think that there's always somebody out there that you can look up to, learn from. One of the best things that I always say is I want to sit at the table with people that are better than me, that know more than me, that I can learn from and absorb from. But one of the things that I have to touch on, I mean, your background right now is positioning you for great success in the real estate, business.
I hope so.
Somebody mentioned something about one-stop shop. I have to know, what is that? Where does that come from? And explain that to me.
Well, I kind of just, said that out of the blue in the video that I created. But, the one-stop shop for me is very important, with the clients that, that I'll be talking to, that I'm talking to now. I want them to know that, your wife always makes fun of me saying this, but I'm going to be with them every step of the way.
That's huge.
So, and for me to have, the relationships like I have with you and, attorneys, title companies, homeowners insurance people, obviously I don't want to steer people into just my direction, but I want to make sure that they know that they have, any information that they want or they need pretty much at their disposal through me.
So you're like a matchmaker almost.
I will be the matchmaker, not only for the home that they're going to fall in love with, but, for the mortgage product that's simply going to be, best for them, that's going to fit their needs. And
then you can help guide them when they may not be getting what's best for them. You can say, hey, look, I have a little bit of experience here. Maybe this isn't the best product for you. So you can actually be the one person that they go to. And I feel like that is so huge. And the reason why, I would say more than 50% of the time, people are reaching out to real estate agents before they are mortgage lenders, simply because they don't know the process on where to start. They don't know that they should get pre-approved first before talking to somebody. All they know in their mind is, I want to buy a house. Who do I go to buy a house? A real estate agent. So you being in that position, I think, is just going to be extremely pivotal for you this year, because you're going to have all of those other backgrounds. And I think that's going to help bring you tremendous success. I wish you the best success for 2019.
Thank you, man.
I mean, that's just fire. I mean,
and I'm excited. I'm extremely excited to
that's like stacking the deck a little bit. It
really is.
You got all these cards in your pocket, and they just have no idea.
Yeah, no, they really don't, and and I think that's going to really help me out. And like I said, I'm extremely excited for 2019. Like I said, I've always wanted to be a real estate agent. I've been in real estate. Well, I haven't, but I've been around it for
your whole life.
The majority of my life. And with me just now being a licensed real estate agent and be able to pursue the career and the passion that I've always had.
Right, that's huge.
It's going to be extremely exciting, and I just can't wait to, because like I said, I'm brand new. Like my
last Friday,
my real estate license literally just came into the office.
That's awesome.
So I'm just really excited to get the ball rolling.
Bobby said Mark is the man.
Who's that? Wachowski?
Yeah, Wachowski. But I mean, that's great. I mean, new is Friday. Friday is new. So
Friday's new. So, but the thing is too is that I've learned so much. Obviously from working with you and other loan officers, other managers that I've had in the mortgage aspect of everything. So,
sure.
I've learned a lot, and I just can't wait to take that to a whole other level.
So, talk to me about where you hung your license, because I know you put out a post, I don't know, a month and a half ago, maybe a little bit less, and that post got more traction than like anything else I had ever seen. You were talking about maybe what brokerage out there and things like that, and you had said that you had just passed your real estate exam.
Yeah.
And you were getting hit up by like 100 people within like 30 seconds. There was 1 million comments on that. Yeah. Where did you decide to hang your license, and tell me why?
Well, I actually I hung my license with Keller Williams, which is going to be in the Christiana location.
Okay. Very cool.
And the main reason why I did that, I've done a couple first-time homebuyer seminars with them.
Okay. Yeah, I remember that.
When I was, obviously still originating mortgages, and simply just the relationships that I created with the people that work there.
Other realtors.
Okay. I feel like with the atmosphere that's there, and with me being a new agent, I feel like if I have any questions, if I have any concerns about anything, if I need any assistance with anything, I feel like I have everything that I need right there.
Okay. So you have all the tools in your toolbox to help you grow as an agent, is what you're saying.
Pretty much.
Awesome.
Yeah. So there's a lot of people that are in the office, which is good, because in some real estate,
you're all by
companies, you could be just potentially all by yourself.
100%.
But I definitely have a good team there right now. Shout out to my boy Tommy Leonard, man. He's tremendous. He helps me out a lot. He's really good when it comes to the marketing side.
Very cool.
And just a couple different avenues, that we'll bring up here, later on down the road. But I just felt like, with me being a new agent and with the information that I needed, with the support that I needed, I really felt like Keller Williams was a good fit for me.
Very cool.
So
it's awesome.
Yeah. So everything's there. I just can't wait to get everything officially set up, because the only thing I'm missing right now is just my email.
Okay. Well,
but I do have another. Well,
it's coming.
But I'm good. But I'm good anyway. You can always get in contact with me.
You can always get and one of the things that I want you to do is throw your
I will. I'll put everything on
into the comment section, because people do go back, and I have had people reach out and say, "Hey, Chris, where was that one guy at?" And it's always good to put your contact information there, because obviously we're going to do business together this year.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But I think the one-stop shop, I think that's a huge asset, and I think that's just having a whole nother understanding on what our side of the table would be as the loan officer, kind of in your pocket as that real estate agent, can help you guide your clients, in my opinion, just, to the best of your ability, which is going to be great. You've been a tremendous loan officer here at GSF, and I've enjoyed working with you over the past 5-6 years. And, I'm really excited to see what you do with it this year. And, I think your head's in the right place, and I think your drive has always been there. So, I think you're going to absolutely slay it. So anybody watching out there, obviously, if you're looking for a real estate agent that has just a hell of a background in everything real estate, I was actually joking around with Mark before we did this. I'm like coming up with hashtags, and I hit the one-stop shop, and then I typed up with one, and I was like, Real O. And you were like, what? And I'm like, Real O, like REA, real estate, and then loan officer, LO.
Capital LO, I think.
Capital right? LO. So we said something about we're going to get hats made. We're going to give them out. We're going to get T-shirts made, hashtag Real O. And I think that could be fire. That just hit me like 10 minutes ago.
I love it.
It's kind of cool, It's like the one-stop shop.
The whole hat idea, that was all you, though.
Right.
The hat,
I will
hashtag.
Hashtag, that was all you.
Real O.
Real O.
I love it.
capital R, E-A, lowercase E-A, capital L, capital L.
Mm-hmm.
Real L.
And, also, too, a few other things that I want to, probably do this year as well is just like we did before, it's more first-time homebuyer seminars.
I love it. I'm so glad that you said that.
So that way I can kind of obviously I'll be the realtor when it comes to doing the first-time homebuyer seminars. But I think it's really going to be educational for all the first-time homebuyers that are out there.
Love it.
And, just like Chris said, with me having that mortgage background, even when I do talk to clients the first time and, show them different houses and, even if they have mortgage questions, or even if I'm not even taking them yet to go see any houses, but they just have general questions
You're
about,
able to field that.
I'll be able to kind of figure out what they're looking for. Obviously I can't quote any rates at this point. I can't run any, official numbers at this time, but at least I'll kind of give them more of a general idea of what everything looks like. And I think that's going to make them feel more comfortable, with the process.
100%.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the times the face-to-face starts with you and might not get to me until further down the line. So granted, I can build a hell of a relationship over the phone, but having that face-to-face contact to me is just very, very big. And, I think that that's something that you were going to absolutely excel at. So, I wanted to thank you for coming on tonight.
Thank you for having me, Chris.
My brother, I love you. I wish you the best, but I think it's time to play some ping pong.
I think we should. But I'll put all my information out, when we're finished. So I'll put in my personal cell phone number. I'll put in my email address there.
Very cool.
So, if you guys have any questions about anything, don't hesitate, just call me directly. And, we'll go from there. And
we'll get some business done in 2019, baby.
Yes.
So thank you, everybody, for joining in to Mortgage Monday. Little public service announcement. I actually have a first-time homebuyer seminar on Wednesday at Embassy Suites from 6:30 to 9:30, so be sure to message me privately if you guys want to come. We do have a couple spots left. Mark, I look forward to this year, brother. I know we are going to do some seminars together. We're going to do some deals together, and we're going to better our clients' lives together, and that is what the biggest thing is.
Education, man.
Yes, it's all about education. My mother taught me that. I know you're watching, Mother. I love you. Thank you for being an educator to all of our students, and you guys have yourself a great week. Thanks for coming out to Mortgage Monday 2019.
Let's get it.
With your mortgage boss.